Alright, ladies and gentlemen, you are most welcome back to the second episode of my touring series inside this great institution. Well, I have started off my journey this time around from the Eastern Gate. As you can tell from my previous episode, that I began my journey from the main gate. So well, one thing maybe that I forgot to tell you about this great institution is that it has three major entry points, and one of them being where I am right now, or where I'm coming from. So the first entry point is the main gate where I shot my first episode from. Well guys, I've made it to the first junction just after the Eastern Gate, and at the main junction we have two routes, one branching off to your right as you're entering, and then the other one branching off to your left as you're still entering. But before that, I just want to show you the first school that you will come across this side, and it's the school of the Makerere Dental School and Hospital. And well, besides being just a school, it's also a hospital as well. So the other thing I can also show you around the digital bikes, and with these digital bikes, they help you like navigate across the entire campus. Well, the digital bikes, as I've told you, they just help you with mobility across the campus. Of course, it comes at a very small fee. You can pay something around like 500 minimum to traverse across the entire university. So you can use these for your transportation or just navigation, quick navigation around the campus. So well, the first place I want to take you to is called the University Hall. Remember from the start of my episodes, I told you that I'll be taking you through a tour around different schools, different colleges, different halls of residences. And the first one that I want to actually draw your interest, or where I want to draw your interest is the University Hall. So well, we are going to be taking off the left branch, the one I told you when you just exactly entered into the campus. So let's get there. Made my way to University Hall, being my very first male hall that I've visited. So well, in this video I would also want to explain to you what is a hall of residence. Well, a hall of residence is simply like hostel that accommodates university students, majorly those on government. They are very much prioritized, then followed by private students that later on get placements in these halls of residence. So the one where I am right now is called the University Hall. There are others that we are going to be visiting in this same video and episode. So well, the other thing that I can also share about this hall is the strong solidarity they have. It's also known as the Gotland. Well, I'm yet to find out why, but well, this one being our very first hall, male hall that we visited, I'm yet to take you to my second hall residence that is known as Micho, that also stands out with a very good solidarity. So well, Micho is just a few meters away from UH. Just up there, we're going to take this route and go up, well, to make our way to Micho. Alright guys, I've made my way to Micho, and this is my second hall of residence. Yeah, so as you can see it from the outside, Micho is really beautiful. It's one of those halls that have the strongest solidarity in the university. So well, as you've seen Micho, yeah, I think that is enough for that bit. I'm going to be heading on to my third hall of residence that I'm going to be getting to just in a few moments. But well, to give you just a brief history about Micho, it's one of those oldest halls that have been existent in the university, and well, as I told you, that it's also one of those halls that have the strongest solidarity here inside the university. Well, they are well known for having one of the biggest and strongest army Well, this is not for political reasons, but it's part of the solidarity of the whole. They are known for having one of the most, most vibrant army. It's known as the RGB, meaning in quotes, meaning the translation of the abbreviation simply means the Rat Guard Brigade. Alright guys, we are going to be heading off to our third hall of residence on our list. So let's get there. So guys, as I was heading to my third male hall of residence, I had to pass by here to also show you some of the recreation areas you have inside the university. One being, the swimming area. Just besides it, we have the basketball court. So just in case you're a sports person, you are a sports person of basketball, you are a basketball player, you like swimming, well, all these facilities are in place to favor you as a student. When you are a student, you are actually, you don't actually need to pay for these, activities. You just come and register at the entrance, you just present your student ID, and then later on enter and then enjoy the activities. So let's catch up at Nkrumah Hall. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I've made it to my third male hall of residence, and that is the mighty Nkrumah Hall. Well, with me I'm joined with a friend called, he's about to introduce himself.
My name is Mugondi Ibrahim, a resident of Nkrumah Hall, the mighty Osajefo land. Yeah. This hall derives its name from the mighty leader of Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah Osajefo. The best thing with this hall is the hall chooses you. It's not you who chooses the hall.
So it's the hall that chooses you, not you who chooses the hall.
Yeah. So every person in Nkrumah Hall is chosen. That's what you guys should know. Yeah.
So could you tell me something about the solidarity of your hall?
Yeah, the solidarity of the hall comes in that that we have army. The armies that join the students together, which is called the Osajefo Guard Brigade. It's not an army that fights around campus, but it's an army that creates the solidarity between all students that reside in Nkrumah Hall. And in this army, we have the uppermost, who's the CDF. We also have sections in the army. We have the Navy, we have the Air Force and infantry.
Guys, as I told you when I was still at Micho, that simply an army doesn't mean they fight. It's just for the culture, for the solidarity of the whole. So Mr. Ibra, what he's talking about their army here at Nkrumah Hall. So well, Mr. Ibra, so what is your position or role in this army?
Actually, my position in the army, so far, I am just a member. I'm just a member because we have the top officials. We have the top officials. I'm a member because I have no star. I have no star yet. Yeah, we have ranks. We have the CDF has 5 stars. The general, we have the state general who has like 4 stars. Then the rest who are like the heads of some sections who have like 3 stars. Then the other members have like 1 star. Yeah.
How has your hall of residence influenced you as a student here at Makerere University?
Actually, what I can say best on because I'm a year 2 student at Makerere University, and basically the influence it has brought to me is that it has been producing the guild presidents for 4 years. In the past years, we have had like 3 guild presidents, and I'm so proud of that because we bring and build leaders.
So it's also a leadership-based hall.
Yeah, leadership-based hall.
Guys, so here with me is Mr. Ibra. Thank you so much for volunteering to participate in this short interview. Well, I'm going to be now going to our 4th male hall of residence, which is just across Nkrumah Hall. We are just going to be going there, and I'm also going to show you some of the places around. You've seen the monument of Nkrumah Hall, and he has also succinctly gone through the history of the hall. So let me be catching up with you at Sibira Hall, right? Alright guys, as I was making my way to my 4th male hall of residence, which is in Sibira, I had to pass by here just to meet a friend of mine that is just going to give me some bit of information that I believe is actually very conspicuous and important to you.
Yes, my name is Faith Rose Nachiwala. Yes, so this is Musda, Makerere University Seventh-day Adventist Association, and today is Saturday, the Sabbath, and so people have gathered to pray and worship their Lord. And we have the Thanksgiving today, so there's so many leaders in there. They came to thank God for making them through for the 92nd leadership.
Well, what that speaks is that in case you are an Adventist and you made your way into the university, remember this video is based for two categories of people. Those are tourists and students maybe that will come in sometime later on, and you would want to know what exactly is happening in this place. So this is where the Adventists actually gather up to pray from. So Faith is actually my friend, and it's a big shout out to her for volunteering to participate in my video. So
my pleasure.
Could you just give them some parting shots, parting words like?
Oh, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
That's all. Have a great time.
All right, thank you so much, guys. Yes, guys, I have made it to Sibira Hall, which is my fourth male hall of residence. And with me here, I'm also joined with another gentleman that is just going to be telling us briefly about this hall.
I'm Nyaz Farouk, a resident of Sibira Hall. I'm glad to talk to you. Now, what you should know is that Sibira is not just a word. Sibira is an abbreviation standing for Northcote Solidarity is Brilliant in Revolutionary War Affairs. Now, Northcote is just this hall. It's Northcote, it has an army, an independent army as a whole, just being part of our culture. Now, that army is very influential. It has the CDF, it has the different members. Yeah. Now, the army decides who to be the president, because this hall usually sends a gold aspirant, and the army is the best participation in that case. Yeah.
Well, guys, you've heard a little bit of history about this hall. I was also shocked that it has an abbreviation. So, Mr. Farouk, could you tell us about how this hall has influenced your students' lifestyle as you here at campus?
Wow, I don't even imagine what would it have been if I went to other halls not in Sibira, because really I've liked life at Sibira. It is like home. It is like home. The army, the culture, we always sing. They are what we call songs of wisdom. They are very amazing. When it comes to football matches, it is really wow.
Yeah.
So Sibira will always be my home.
So well, guys, hope that has been a bit clear about the whole solidarity, the indoctrination of students, the unitedness. Well, that entirely speaks about the whole. Maybe one thing I can allude to this is their strong culture as well. Remember what I mentioned about Micho. This hall also happens to be one, actually these two, this one and Nkuruma. So that makes up the Northcote, right?
Yep.
So they happen to be one of the most standing out halls in terms of solidarity. All right, guys, it's a big shout out to Farouk. Thanks for being part of this video. Thank you for the information. Well, we are going to be hitting to our next hall, which is Livingstone. Let's catch up. Guys, I've made it to my fifth hall of residence in our touring series for males. But I want to also let you know that this is the last hall of residence for males. For some reason, one of them was given to girls, but this is actually our very, very last in this list of male. So well, with me, I'm joined by a gentleman who's going to introduce himself and tell us a little bit of history about this hall.
My name I'm John Peter Luka. I am here too. I'm at Sedat, and I'm a gentleman here at Livingstone Hall.
So what truly stands out what truly stands out about Livingstone compared to other halls you've been to?
Okay, before I first go to Livingstone, let me first talk about the brief history of Livingstone.
Yes.
Livingstone was Livingstone Hall. From that name Livingstone, it came from some prominent missionary called Dr. Livingstone. Okay, from the name was so gentility. First of all, for you to be in Livingstone, only that word can motivate you to be a gentle. Here, we are full of gentlemen here compared to other halls.
So it has nurtured you into a
Yeah, it
gentleman.
has really
in other
nurtured me into a
words.
gentleman.
Oh, okay. So I've been to other halls and they've been talking about their solidarity. Could you also like try to talk about yours in case you have it?
Yeah. We actually have a strong solidarity here. By the mere fact, every hall, you see every hall, for it to make a solidarity, at least every hall must be having a hall for boys and a hall of girls. So for us as a gentlemen, we have Africa for girls.
Africa
so
Hall.
yeah, so Livingstone and Africa combined, it's Afro-Stone solidarity.
Actually, guys, what he's talking about is, it might sound funny, but well, a male hall being next to a female hall, that somehow cooks up a solidarity. All right, guys, thank you for making it this far to the end of this touring episode. Well, in my next episode of this touring series, I'm going to be visiting Africa as my first female hall of residence, and we're going to be taking a tour. So, well, thanks for watching. I sign out.